LinkedIn is a cult and you can't convince me otherwise. Everyone on there speaks the same. Everyone's spouting the same nonsense. Okay, maybe not everyone, because I don't use it. I don't know. All I see from LinkedIn is what I see on Reddit. I don't have a job. But today, we're going to be taking a look at the most nonsense posts of them all from the subreddit r/LinkedIn lunatics. All right, so this is from the founder and CEO of Hacker in Heels. What is this company? Something to do with cybersecurity, I think, based on my 2 seconds of research. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say. I have multiple clear-cut career accomplishments in 2024. My husband, 0. Oh my God. Just airing out your beef with your husband over his lack of ambition on LinkedIn. No certifications, no college courses completed, no documentary features, no awards, no documentary features. That's very niche. What do you mean, no documentary features? How do you do that? I asked from across the dining table. Yeah, how do you not have documentary features every year? How do you not win awards every year? How do you not complete college courses every year? How are you able to go for a whole year without doing any of these sorts of things and be okay? What the fuck are you talking about? How are you able to go a year without one of these 4? I don't know, just like how everyone else does. What do you mean? You're not doing this every year. Maybe you are. I don't know. You seem successful, but still, you're airing your personal business out on LinkedIn. This is so stupid, man. If my theoretical wife did this, I'd pack my bags and leave. Fucking, it's cringe when people do it on TikTok, right? Like when people air out their like relationship business or their relationship beef on TikTok. They'll be like, oh my boyfriend did this, my girlfriend did that. I don't fucking care. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling the general public what's going on in your relationship? But to do it on LinkedIn is just it's something else, isn't it? Because this is written like an essay. Because with TikTok, right, you can just pick up your phone and rant. But with this, she's written it out and formatted it and everything. He didn't have a response. There is so much to unpack and learn from an exchange like this, is there? Specifically, what's standing in the way of my ability to be content without conventional markers of accomplishment? My gut says that this is a question that many people, namely high-performing women, grapple with too. I don't have an answer, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. Could you go a year without a single new certification, interview, award, promotion, and be okay with yourself for it? Yeah. What do you mean new certification? What, are you going to university every fucking year? Would you think of a colleague, direct report, manager, friend, or spouse differently for not doing so? Yeah, I'd actually put them in the brazen bull, I think, as punishment for their lack of ambition. Pay time off. I just don't get it. Why should employees get paid for not working? You work, you get paid. No work, no pay. It's as simple as that. Also, I'm just looking at his little bio here. CEOs and founders follow me for tips, blah, blah, blah. I swear that is like half of the bios on LinkedIn. Like half of all knobheads on LinkedIn seem to be coaching CEOs and founders. How much help do these people fucking need? Also, pay time off is an incentive to work somewhere. I mean, in the UK, it is required. I don't know if it is in the US, but it's an incentive. What do you mean you don't get it? Clearly, you shouldn't be coaching CEOs and founders. My God. Okay, CEOs are some of the lowest paid people on earth. I don't think that's true. When income is calculated as a percentage of value created, again, I don't think so. You know, I'm not lying awake at night, tossing and turning, going, oh, someone think of the CEOs and the value they're creating. For example, a minimum wage worker costs a company $35,000 per year and may only add 50 to 75k in value, or 50% ratio. Where have you got those numbers from? Jamie Dimon, for example, cost Chase $46 million in 23 and added $98 billion in value, or a 0.046% ratio. Yeah, but he didn't do that on his own, did he? Idiot. He didn't do that on his own. Also, that 98 billion in value, that's not going to be really in cash value, is it? It's going to be in company value. Like when you look at like market caps of companies, and a lot of the time, I think it's like those are nonsense numbers. They're basically driven by supply and demand. But it wasn't just Jamie Dimon who made 98 billion in value for the company. It was everyone in the company contributed to making that value. Obviously, he's clearly steered the ship in a very good way if they've gained 98 billion in value in a year. And since he's done that, that wage is definitely justified, I think. But to be like, yeah, he did this all on his own and he only got a measly $46 million. No, it wasn't just him, obviously. It looks like LinkedIn is just becoming Facebook for people with 9 to 5, zero substance in this post. Oh my goat! I didn't even realise he had a LinkedIn. I might get LinkedIn now just to follow Joseph Valente. I fucking love Joseph Valente. If you don't know who Joseph Valente is, get to know. I'm going to pull up his YouTube channel. He's like a proper, like, if cocaine were a person, it would be Joseph Valente. I'm going to pull up his YouTube channel. It's very clear he wants to be like a Jordan Belfort figure. He was the winner of The Apprentice about 10 years ago, I think. And it's, oh my God, it's so funny the trajectory his life has gone in. It's just like, I'm sure he's successful, right? I'm sure he's successful. But it's just so funny that, like, the sort of persona he puts on online. Okay, I've clearly watched a lot of this Week in the Life of a Humble Millionaire.
Every offer gets associated.
Oh my God. Okay, well, okay, right. The Easter bundle, apparently it was worth £75,000 to, I guess, get mentored by him.
And I'm excited.
Okay, there's nothing much interesting in this video, but there are some where he's like pacing about the office, shouting and shit. It's brilliant.
And he's got one of these things that I like to call VIP parking tickets. They are parked wherever you want.
He's one of these guys. He's like, yeah, if you're rich, you can just park wherever you want because, like, the fine's not really going to be that much money in comparison to how much money you have, is it?
Pay a premium for it. They're brilliant, aren't they? I absolutely love them. I mean, how much is this one? 55. What a bargain. Central London parking, right outside the venue. £55 all day long. I'd say that's good value for money, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd give it that.
Absolutely.
All right, Joseph, all right. And what's old Joey boy got to say? Business class is great, but today we made a pact, and that's by 35 years of age, we will only fly by private jet. Surely he's got to be about that now. He's 36. Joseph, have you done it? Have you done it, mate? Have you got a private jet yet, mate? Second pact, by age 40, we will own 2 of them. Why? No, you don't need 2 of them. You don't even really need 1 of them. Brothers building generational wealth. I love how he's doing the little Andrew Tate hand thing. Didn't he say that when you do this energy, it's like a circuit where energy connects around your body when you sit like this? And Joseph Valente's just fucking doing that. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I love him. I love Joseph Valente to pieces. Okay, even for board members, respect matters. I don't really even know what that means too much. I'm just too busy focusing on whatever the fuck he's put into the AI image generation software here. What the fuck is going on, man? I peed the bed on my honeymoon. Not exactly one of my... He's just attached like a lovely photo of him and his wife. I peed the bed on my honeymoon. Not exactly one of my proudest moments. That's good to know, Anthony. I just remembered this incident after my CrossFit session this morning because I was feeling thirsty. So I'll recount it for you. No one wants to hear this, mate. No one wants to... No one cares. We just flown to Seattle to celebrate the most memorable milestone of our lives. We hit up a fish market to challenge our taste buds. I don't know what got into me, but for some reason I decided to get this spicy crab soup with this really red broth. It was the spiciest soup I've ever tasted. So much that I drank an entire bowl of it. To cut a long story short, I woke up at 3 a.m. in a puddle. Mate, the sauce was too spicy, so I weed myself. That's your whole story that you've posted on LinkedIn for all your professional connections to see. Had to wake up my brand new wife and say, I think I peed the brand new sheets. I'm pretty sure this wasn't what for better or worse was supposed to mean, but she laughed. We still joke about it years later. What, your fishy piss all over the bed. That moment taught me something crucial. You don't need to take yourself too seriously. In business, I see leaders who are afraid of looking like idiots. They never take risks. I took a risk here. I posted a story about me pissing on my wife. They won't make mistakes. They won't ask for help. They won't share vulnerable stories that connect with people. Mate, what, the story that you drank a spicy crab soup and pissed yourself? I've heard of people eating things that are too spicy and nearly shitting themselves. I've never heard of someone drinking something that's too spicy and pissing themselves. The leaders who last are the ones who can laugh at themselves. When you're willing to look ridiculous, your team feels safe to try bold ideas. Yeah, that's true, I guess. You just don't need to post a story about you pissing on your wife. When you admit you don't know everything, they bring you their best insights. When you share your failures openly, they stop hiding theirs. My team knows I'm not perfect. Like when I hired an attorney who lost his license in not 1, not 2, but 3 different jurisdictions, or when I built this hodgepodge of a website that looks ugly even by 2014 standards, or when I knew myself that I was the bottleneck in our firm. A leader who can't laugh at themselves creates a culture where everyone's walking on eggshells. A leader who embraces their humanity creates a culture... Mate, this is going on way too much, mate. This is going on way too much. LinkedIn Lunatics is a subreddit where 792,000 people spend their days doom scrolling LinkedIn to make fun of LinkedIn users and post about it on Reddit. Yeah, I guess so, but they're not spending... That's a bit of a disingenuous posts. They're not spending all their days scrolling LinkedIn. A lot of people just lurk and look at the posts because they're funny, and also LinkedIn is horrible. So they don't want to sign up to LinkedIn to find this stuff themselves. Like, and also, it's just funny, innit? Like, people aren't spending all of their day going through LinkedIn making fun of people. It's just, I mean, from what I've seen, a lot of people on the website are just complete melts. Have you ever wondered what these LinkedIn lunatics folks do for a living? I do this. I make YouTube videos. Imagine waking up every morning thinking, can't wait to post some LinkedIn post. Some LinkedIn post today. I don't think they're doing that. I don't think it's their job. I don't think it's what they live and breathe. I don't think they live and breathe r/LinkedIn lunatics. They created a whole community to laugh at people trying to grow professionally. Yeah, because they're fucking melts, mate. But hey, at least they're getting Reddit karma points, right? Maybe we should create r/Reddit, mate. That is such a LinkedIn thing to suggest. Maybe we should create r/Reddit lunatics. We all have guilty pleasures. One of mine is looking at photos of American families all fucking tooled up at special gatherings. What? It's that peculiar combination of social bonding and peacocking combined with the threat of lethal force. I find it endlessly fascinating. That's fucking weird, mate. I'm sorry, that's so fucking weird. Yeah, my guilty pleasure is finding pictures on the internet of families I don't know with children holding guns. I really love that. That's my guilty pleasure. That's fucking well weird, mate. You probably shouldn't be admitting that. Elon Musk is receiving zero compensation for all the work he's doing with Doge. Won't someone think of Elon Musk? He's getting no compensation for all the good work he's doing. His focus is not on money. He is driven by the goal of making a significant impact and ensuring the survival of humanity. No, he's not. Elon Musk dick riders genuinely have to be some of the dumbest fucking people on earth. Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Here are 5 things Ozzy taught me about startups. I'm like, let's not do this, mate. What do you mean here are 5 things Ozzy taught me about startups and life? Ozzy Osbourne was probably the fucking antithesis of LinkedIn. What are you doing? Born on Hitler's birthday, born to defy his legacy, he chose oppression, I choose justice. Imagine feeling so much that you are the center of the universe that because you were born on Hitler's birthday, you're like, yeah, I will defy his legacy. When people think of his birthday, they won't think of him anymore. They'll think of me. I ordered my usual 4-shot espresso at my local Starbucks and I was asked to pay £4.60. Bloody hell, Rob! £4.60. I said, I'm a gold member and I only have to pay £2.40. The server said, you're rich. Why do you even care? This just did not fucking happen. This didn't happen. The server didn't go, you're rich. Why do you even... Because like, okay, right. In fairness, everyone knows who Rob is. Big Rob, everyone calls him. Entrepreneur, investor, speaker, and author. Everyone knows Rob. He's the big name on campus here in the UK. So I got out a compound interest calculator and said, do you know how much the saving of £2.20 times 3? You have 3 of these a day, mate. How are you not shitting yourself? You have 12 shots of espresso a day. You stinky boy. I have 3 days over 30 years. She said, not a lot for a guy like you. So I pulled it out in front. I put £2.20 times 3 a day times 7 times 52 times 30. Yeah, 8% compounded return reinvested. Can you guess how much you save in that time? When I showed her, she was absolutely shocked. This is so Stephen Bartlett coded. Like, I know Stephen Bartlett is the most LinkedIn man on earth, but there was a clip I saw of him the other day where he had someone on the... He didn't show the person he had on the podcast, but he was speaking on the podcast and he was like, yeah, so I took my team out for lunch the other day and it cost $100. But then I realised that $100 worth a lot more, because if I put it into the S&P 500, in 40 years, that $100 would be worth $5,000. It's like... Well, yeah, but you'll be like fucking 75 years old. What are you going to do? Just not spend any money so that you can be worth a bajillion pounds when you're nearly dead? I told her that a few pounds a day saved in common spending areas like coffee, food, and subscriptions can make you a millionaire in 30 years. That is a bit true. That is a bit true, I think. But not £2.20, really. It takes a fair bit of money being put into investments to make you a millionaire in 30 years. To be fair, not as much as you probably think. Because I mean, look, I'm a fucking nerd for this shit. It's not like, I think it's like something like if the average person puts 10% of their income. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. Even if you want a basic wage, if you want more money, first learn to manage what you already have. Yeah, but this just didn't happen, did it, Rob? Just didn't happen. Actually, no. Right, hang on. I'm just reading this again. So I kind of read this as like if you make an effort to invest a portion of your income, a decent portion of your income in 30 years, you could be a millionaire. No, saving a few pounds a day, that's not going to do it, mate. Like, you're spending an excessive amount of money on coffee. Subscriptions, no. If you use a subscription, don't cancel it, because like it provides value in your life. It's mainly if you put thousands a year aside. If you're able to put thousands of a year aside, you might actually hang on. Let's do the maths. I'm waffling here, sorry. Okay, yeah, so I looked up if you invest $3,000 for 30 years, it ends up being 43 grand. So I don't know, I guess if you invest $3,000 out of your salary every year, if you're able to do that, you end up making a lot of money. But then it's kind of like, well, you'll be like fucking 60. You'll be like 60. You might as well enjoy your money now if you can't afford to save it. I'm taking my entire team to Bali in 2 weeks, and if you're not going, your life fucking sucks. All right, Stephen. Over the past year, the proudest thing I've built has been my team. We're crushers. I hate that. We're crushers. Yeah, we're corporate crushers, guys. We've studied at Harvard, Oxford, Princeton, Dartmouth, Stanford, and Ashoka. We're talented. We've worked at BCN, Bain, Bridgewater, McKinsey. We're all so nice. Really, really nice. All 80 of us are going to Bali in 80? Bloody hell, that's going to be a bit expensive. 4 days of exploring Ubud, walking in a monkey forest and staring wistfully into endless rivers of rice paddies. Want to go? Join us. I'm hiring right now in our founder's office, Asia-based, academic team, Asia-based, and US partnerships, US-based. All right. I'm not going to join your team because I don't really want to go to Bali that much, to be honest. It's just one of those places that just doesn't appeal to me in any way whatsoever. It's so fucking far away. And from what I've heard, it's like, to Australians, Bali is basically Magaluf. Wall of shame. My wife scheduled a photographer to take family pictures late in the afternoon. I told her I couldn't make it. It's during the workday. Now I'm sitting here wondering, what's the point of working so hard if I'm not even part of the story we're capturing? I built this business to give my family a better life. But now I'm sitting here wondering, what's the point in working so hard if I'm not even part of the story we're capturing? Mate. This is sad. I don't know why you needed to bring this to LinkedIn. I feel as though this should have been the thing that made you delete LinkedIn. I built this business to give my family a better life, but what's the value of that life if I'm not in it? Money builds houses. Presence builds memories. Time to recalibrate. Well, I feel as though we should leave this video here to give you guys the chance to recalibrate. Like and subscribe for more net profit.